All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Saturday morning here on the East Coast. Another edition of KFTV's post-game live. CP the franchise in the building. We'll get Alex in here in just a little bit. The new look Knicks back in Los Angeles on the second half of a back-to-back. The Brunsonless Knicks looking to figure things out without the captain. And, this one was a tough one to get through, man. They were able to maintain for at least the first half. But in the second half, things just did not go the Knicks' way, man. They were not able to shoot the ball all that well. Could not get the timely stops. A lot of mistakes as well. And only a 17-point fourth quarter was all she wrote, man. You had good efforts by Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and the like, but in the end, it was too much Clippers, man. And so the Knicks fall, and they will lose their third game in a row, 105-95, man. Let's talk about it, man. Late night edition of the post-game show, rapid fire edition of the post-game show. CB the franchise in the building. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Let us know what you guys thought about this one, man. And yeah, man, it's another tough one as the Knicks do some soul searching here without the captain. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it here. All right, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Late night, tired as hell. But hey, there's always Knicks basketball that we got to talk about, right? So, Knicks in the Intuit Dome taking on the Clippers without Jalen Brunson. And so, all eyes was on this Knicks supporting cast to see how they would manage, how they would survive and hopefully thrive without the captain. And the spotlight for me was definitely on Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, would those guys be able to answer the call and step up? Because despite the fact that we lose Jalen Brunson, yes, that is tough. It's demoralizing. Last night was very tough for a lot of people to get through. I still think this Knicks team has enough talent and enough players to compete and win games this season. So, but it starts with Towns. It starts with Bridges. I was pleased with Bridges' performance tonight. I thought he was aggressive. He was attacking the basket. I mean, Mikal Bridges went 6 of 6 from the free throw line. We got to look up the stats in his last 10 games. How many times did he go to the free throw line? So that was encouraging. Look, the bar's set low, but it is what it is. This is our guy. 22 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 8 of 12 shooting from Mikal Bridges. So good job overall by him. But I also thought that he passed up some shots as well, especially late in the game. And, when you're out there, you're running around with Landry Shamet and the like, you got to be a little bit more selfish. I thought he tried to be a little bit too cute with the playmaking when he should have been just being aggressive and, hey, stepping in the captain's shoes, stepping in number 11 shoes. What would the captain do, right? Shoot the damn ball. But that's what it is. They didn't get the job done there. Towns, he goes 8 of 21 from the field, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. I didn't like Towns' approach out there tonight. Watching Karl-Anthony Towns put the ball on the floor is, it's a nightmare. It's a horror movie, watching him put the ball on the floor like that. But nevertheless, that is part of his game. I don't know why Tibbs goes to that. I think they need to get him involved a little bit more in the post. But then you see him trying to post up guys like he can't even post up James Harden. So that's a frustrating thing with Towns. It's like even when you want him to get into the post, he can't bully when you want him to bully. So it's a little bit frustrating. So I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm like, yo, just shoot, man. Real talk. Just let it fly because nothing else is working. You're putting the ball down from the top of the key like you're trying to be Carmelo. Like, that's not going to work, man. He's got no lift. He can't jump off a book. And can't jump over a book. And you're driving on 3 guys to the rim. So, that was a little bit frustrating there. But, again, Knicks have to get some better offense and trying to find ways to get him going and get him back efficiently. I went with What did I do on? I forgot. I got to go look up the underdog stuff. But 8 of 21 from the field. Again, not going to get it done. I like Josh Hart's effort tonight. 14 points. 46 minutes for Josh Hart. He was a warrior, man. He tried to do his best to do what he had to do for his team. 14 points, 20 boards for Josh Hart, 6 assists, and 6 of 13 from the field. He gave you everything that he had out there. But in the second half, it was all going to be, would this team have enough energy? Would they have enough legs to go out there and compete? And you just saw that they were just searching. They had no playmaking out there. They had no shot making out there. And in the end, the Clippers were able to get those second chance opportunities, beating them on the 50-50 balls. The energy plays, the Knicks just weren't there. So that's why you had the result that you had tonight. On the other side, look, Harden killed him. I thought OG's defense on him was good. I thought it was commendable. I think Harden was just better tonight. 27 points, 7 of 20 from the field, 5 of 12 from downtown for Harden, 7 dimes. He was just better. Kawhi Leonard had his moments, but he wasn't all that big of a threat. But Nicholas Batum killed the Knicks tonight. 17 points, 5 of 7 from downtown for Nicholas Batum. That one hurt. They gave him a ton of wide open threes, especially from the corners. So that one hurt him. And then Zubac. I thought Zubac was super impactful, especially early in this game. 16 points, 14 boards for Zubac, 8 of 18. He was giving Towns that work. He was giving everybody that work in the post. So, the Knicks just couldn't battle there. And then on top of that, they got outscored from 3. Let's see, that's 45 to 27. So they get outscored by 18 from 3. So you add all that up, and it's a tough night at the office for the New York Knicks, man. Let me get Al in here and get Alex's thoughts. Al, how you feeling, man?
These West Coast games are a trip, man.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Took a nap and it was still tough, man. Just trying to gotta put some toothpicks, man, in the eyes to keep your eyes awake. But
100%.
look, man, for the first game where you don't have Jalen Brunson, I didn't think it was too awful because look, those are big shoes to fill. I didn't think it was going to be an easy transition for anybody in the starting five to really, capture the gravitas that what Jalen Brunson brings, but I thought for McBride, obviously he'll get better with more reps as he gets as the starting lead guard, and understandably so why he gets that over campaign. You want a shooter. We've seen that he's capable of driving and just making the defense collapse. But in his first game as a starting point guard for the New York Knicks, or I don't know if I can't remember, not his first game, but in this role,
Yeah.
too much east and west, not enough north and south for him. A little too much dribbling in my going nowhere in my opinion, where you need him just, and he got that. He figured that out as the game wore on, where just make a move, get to your spots, and let things really just start to flow. And I thought the Knicks offense was flowing for a good part the way that it started. You see guys just running up and down the court, getting into their positions. Nice to see Bridges being aggressive today. But man, you hit the nail on the head, man. You get Karl Anthony Towns to be, the part of that dynamic duo with Jalen Brunson. And a lot of head scratching decisions from him tonight, man. And I think he gets a little too much. This is where it's I go back to Tibbs where it says, where I say you got to have somebody guiding these guys in order for them to get to their spots. So, wasn't a big fan of what Cat was trying to do out there, especially when he puts the ball on the deck. But it's just maddening, man, because he gets blinders, man. This is what he's been doing since he was out in Minnesota. He puts blinders on, and he's not like Julius in the sense where he can at least drive and kick. He's not going to do that. He's just going to drive, try to finish over 1, 2, however many defenders are in front of him. And you can't be having that when you need, especially in this situation, all hands on deck in order to compete with some of these upper echelon teams. I know the Clippers have fallen back, as my guy Law has talked about, but this is still a very talented team that you have to be well prepared for and execute at a high level.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They did go with McBride to start the game. I thought it was going to be Payne, but he went with McBride. And it's a double-edged sword because, yes, he had the 6 assists tonight, but with a lack of consistent playmaking, when you put McBride at the lead ball spot, you're taking him out from his strength, which is to shoot the ball off ball. So, in the beginning, and it was an interesting game of runs, right? The Clippers start off to the 9-0 run. Knicks clap back on a 10-0 run. Then it's another 9-0 run, 10-0 run. So it was interesting. But, a lot of times when you're playing without your top dog, the ball moves better, especially in the beginning, because everybody's just trying to figure it out, right? So they move themselves, they're moving the ball, and they weren't making their shots, but you're like, okay. But as you saw, as the game wore on and they got more and more tired, that's when you need your lead dog to take you home. That's when you need your lead dog to put the ball on the floor and get it cracking. And so that's where Jalen Brunson was sorely missed. And so with you have McBride here, you have Payne, bro, like Tyler Kolek needs to get on the first James Dolan private jet smoking out west. You got 1 point. I mean, if you want to call Payne a point guard, you got 1 point guard on this team right now. One.
Is he even a point? He doesn't even really run. He doesn't even really run it like that, man.
If you even want to, I just say that because he's a veteran and like, yes, he's gonna let the slingshot fly, but like, he can get guys involved. Like, he's a veteran, but the problem is they don't have a playmaker. You saw that in a major way. They got exposed, especially in the third and fourth quarter. Those long stretches, they just were searching for offense, could not find guys. You need a playmaker out there, man. You just do, especially with the deficit from three. Games wearing on. You can't have 1.5 or 2 half-point guards on your roster, especially when Tibbs is preaching that these guys aren't going to rest and that they're going to go pedal to the metal until Brunson comes back.
Oh, man. And this is why Kolek is on the next flight. He will be there Monday.
Is that what the report is?
Yes, he will be there for the first game. Well, not the first game. He'll be there for the Sacramento Kings game on Monday. So he should be out there by tomorrow, from what I saw on X. But we knew this was going to be tough, man. Especially if you don't have like a natural point guard. Let me ask you this though, since if you're wishing for Tyler Kolek, I gotta ask the questions then.
Yeah.
Is he going to look ready for this? Because typically, this is where, you're going to have some of the Tibbs criticism comes through, where he's not getting enough minutes in the big leagues to be ready to do something on a consistent basis, to be ready to naturally, go into that role. You think he's going to be ready for that? I mean, he is a natural point guard of everybody.
Natural. I think playmaking and offense, he'll be fine. It's on the defensive side, with his physical limitations and the communication with the rest of these guys who don't communicate well 60 games in, and they're still giving up easy transition buckets. That's where it's going to get dicey, but it's already leaking. On the offensive end, you need somebody to get these guys together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need him playing alongside Deuce so Deuce can take those spot-up threes. I need him playmaking in pick-and-roll situations so we can generate some rhythm threes. And not everybody just running around helter-skelter.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Everything is helter-skelter. But like I said, I didn't feel like – I know like down in the fourth quarter, it was – it's not what we want to see, especially when we're so used to seeing Jalen Brunson. But I'm going to give it like a pass. We're not used – none of these guys are used to the CP.
Yeah.
Game one, I'm not expecting perfection.
Yeah.
You got to have to ease into it. This is just – newfound territory for this roster. Tom Thibodeau has relied so heavily on that starting five, game in and game out, that we haven't really deterred from that. And so how can anybody be prepared for, missing Brunson? It's one thing for a game where we've seen that this season, where you miss him for a game, he's back the next one, and it's against a lesser team. When you're playing these tougher teams, especially out west, you got to be a little bit more crisp, a little bit more on point to compete. I'll give it a pass for what it is, but look, they're going to have another tough test against the Sacramento Kings. You got Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis in that matchup too, Malik Monk. These guys are ready to run. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back in that game.
Yeah. Selt on the Facebook. Salute to everybody on the YouTube side. Late night, 1:18 in the morning on the East Coast. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. We need everybody rapid fire because it's late, man. It's late. We did back-to-backs on the post game side. Much later and I did my 5 o'clock Bleacher Report. So
God bless.
definitely, yeah. Wait, listen, man, we got to get the people together. We had a big show today. Breaking the Brunson injury
Hey,
update.
man. Wait a minute.
You know
Are
what I'm
you
saying?
going to get on pause? Are
Yeah.
you going to attack Shams and just say, "Hey, man,
Yeah.
you're going to give me some credit, man, because you reported before him again today, and
Listen,
Shams is out here
listen,
now, just tweaking a little bit, just trying to give like, hey, he's gonna be reevaluated in 2 weeks." You're saying,
listen.
"Hey, man, playoffs."
Yeah, it could be. But listen, I'm gonna see Shams. I'll probably see him at Summer League, and pull him over to the side, and we'll have a conversation. But at the end of the day, I serve the good people of KFTV. You know what I'm saying? That is. These are my people. This is our audience, and the real ones know what's real. That's all I have to say. You know
It's
what I'm
true.
saying? And I just leave it at that. Our real ones know what the real is, and that's it. That's it. That's it, bro. So yeah, but you know what? As we speak about the playmaking and the lack thereof, one of my keys to this game was obviously with Bridges and Towns setting the tone, but another key was them playing with pace and letting their defense set a good tone. And I think once they got past that 9-0 run where they were trying to figure things out and trying to get comfortable with each other, they started playing tougher. The ball pressure improved. They got some turnovers. And off the live rebounds, they were running a little bit faster. So I thought that's what helped them get into the game. And they're going to need to do that consistently in these games when you just don't have that consistent force like a Jalen Brunson offensively in the half court. So you got to play fast. You got to play fast through Bridges, play fast through Hart. When Deuce is out there, play fast. When Payne is out there, play fast. Shamet as well. And I thought they were doing that. Those were some bright spots that kind of got them back into the game and kept them in the game for 3 quarters, I guess you could say.
And that's a great point, CP. And look, it brought up their confidence, right? It's like, okay, because you're going against James Harden, you're going against a team that was hot to start the season. Obviously, like I said, they're in a lull, but still, like getting into that rhythm, just using your defense to translate to offense, then you started to see things open up a little bit. How about the pick and roll between Josh Hart and Deuce McBride early on? And you see just Josh Hart getting floaters, and guys were starting to get comfortable after they went on that 9-0 run. So look, it's a work in progress. That's what this thing is going to be with Jalen Brunson missing time. But look, they're going to have to rely heavily on their defense. Mitchell Robinson didn't play tonight either.
Yeah.
He got the rest. So him returning in the next game, I expect that also to help a little bit more, just because it's not going to be Karl-Anthony Towns and what you saw tonight, where cat's asleep at the wheel defensively, and you see James Harden, everybody just quickly getting just chucking the ball down court to find Zubac, man. And then
Yeah.
him just getting easy dunks. It was a lot of easy stuff. And you see the difference when you have a natural playmaker in James Harden versus, a collective that's trying to work together. And really, it was more so relying on Josh Hart, I thought, especially as the game wore on, where you needed Josh Hart to be that initiator. And even you could see the frustration in his eyes
Yeah.
when the ball was even checked in late in the second half. And, he's not even paying attention to get the ball. And he's just irritated, man.
Yeah.
And you can understand the frustration right now.
I thought Hart played like a warrior tonight, man. I mean, just with the chronic knee issue, second night of a back-to-back. You played overtime last night, and then you played 46 minutes tonight. I mean, talk about doing what it takes for this team. He continues to be a warrior. So it was unfortunate that they couldn't get the win. But overall, man, about 20 boards, bro. 6 assists, 6 of 13 from the field. Did everything he could tonight. But they just fell a little bit short. And as you said, another storyline tonight, the Knicks holding Mitchell Robinson out. No back-to-backs for the Block Nest Monster. No back-to-backs until they get him ramped up to speed. I like that. They're being responsible with him. But luckily enough, they did have Precious available tonight. He was coming off of the left hamstring tightness. I thought Precious had a good one tonight. 4 of 6 from the field, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Put the ball on the floor a little bit. You get a little bit nervous when he does that, but with this team, you got to live with it. You got to live with all these guys being more aggressive on the offensive end as they search for consistent offense.
Why is it every time my man drives, it's like every time he gets to that 75% mark getting down the court. It's like, yo, how are you about to lose the ball, man?
Yeah,
What are we
he's
doing
about to
here?
lose it. He's about to lose.
Yo, it's like the guy who's moving too fast for his own legs and is about to trip.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. But yo,
it's
Precious man,
happening.
like I love the aggressiveness. I love that, in these type of moments, he's like, hey, we all got to figure it out. But at
Yeah,
times, like I feel a little too overzealous for my blood, man,
a little
especially
bit.
for what his role is. But I get it, especially in these situations. But good night tonight. I thought defensively he was okay.
Yeah,
Tough matchup. Especially when you got like Derek Jones Jr. coming off the bench. You got Bogey, guys who, Bogey hasn't even been there that long. You just see the connection that he has with this roster. And so it's
yeah.
tough, man, especially when you have Campaign who isn't really providing much, and then you also got Landry Shamet,
And
out there just like,
you let Bogdanovich get 12 boards off of you. He's averaging 2.6 in the regular season. You let him get 12 boards on you, man.
yeah. So I said it was okay, man. He was okay. I like the
Yeah.
aggressiveness on offense, but, when you're out there and you're going against Bogey, you can't be letting like shooting guard like him just like flying through and just grabbing boards like he's Josh Hart.
Rough. All right, let's get to the phones, man. Rapid fire, Zach. Let's get to the stadium report from Zach. How you feeling, man?
Oh, feeling okay. It was a hard loss, but I mean, we did look tired in the second half. Legs just didn't have it, and then
Yeah.
we couldn't make we couldn't make a shot
No.
other than Bridges. Really, I mean, Bridges looked good.
Yeah,
but
I liked McCall's energy tonight. He brought it the best way he could. Could have done a little bit more, but I liked it. Overall, I was pleased with this effort tonight.
yeah, and I'm going to start calling Cat's offense on some ostrich offense because he just puts his head down, puts two hands over the ball like he's a running back, and thinks he's just going to make every shot. And
Man,
it looks terrible.
He's about to start getting into we don't need that territory. He's new here. I was trying to just give him the benefit of the doubt. He's getting closer to we don't need that territory.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Campaign is killing us. I
Yeah.
know we don't have a point guard right now. We're running with Cam and Deuce, but his hands were just everything was falling through.
Yeah,
He just couldn't catch the ball.
He couldn't. He couldn't, man. How was the vibe in the stadium?
No, the vibe is dope. I mean, it's 50-50. There's not a lot of Clipper fans out there, so
Sure.
tonight was like 50-50 with New York Knicks.
Nice.
I was like 5 rows behind Spike, so
Okay.
it was dope. It was a really good experience. But yeah, the Knicks just, I mean, they're coming off a back-to-back. The Clippers had a day off, so they got a day to recover.
Yeah.
Harden went left every single time, and I don't know how they didn't realize it. The dude went left every time.
Every time.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
it was dope. It was a great experience.
Okay.
The Knicks they get 2 days off. At least they'll get some time to recover. Mitch will be back on the floor. I guess it's Sacramento, right? They're playing Sacramento next.
Sacramento on Monday, so much needed 2 days off for them.
Yes, indeed. And then hopefully Kolek will get out there for some time because that running Deuce and Cam at the point was
Brutal.
It looked suspect.
100%, man. Appreciate the call, man. Good to hear from you, man.
Always. Have a good night, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, let's load up some more. I saw Tone was trying to get in earlier today. We did get to Tone today, but Tone, let's go, man. Tone's on a back-to-back on KFTV.
You hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do rapid fire, man.
Mhm.
Brunson, help. That's it.
you said Brunson help?
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. Brunson, help.
Now, you know what, man? Like, the thing I'll say, I said this at the open. Like, yes, tonight was a tough loss. I'm not that mad at it, but I think the initial reaction when he was down and the initial reaction to his recovery time, a lot of people say, oh, we're about to slide out. We're about to slide. I don't see it that way, man. I think these guys will have enough to win games. The harder teams are kind of past them. Yeah, they still got to play Boston, but probably at a time when it's a meaningless game for Boston, they probably won't even play nobody. But, hey, if they play Pritchard and White, it still might give the Knicks a problem. But overall, the schedule should be, nothing's easy for the Knicks, but the schedule, it should be manageable for them to be all right.
Yeah, I don't really count this game. This is their first game really without Brunson like that. So
Yeah.
this is like a test and see what improvements got to be made. So I don't really count this game. really, I'm not really worried about this game. I think they're gonna be fine. I'll just hit on the few points that just aggravated me. I know you're gonna talk about it later, but that Draymond thing, man, that thing pissed me off. I'm still
Yeah.
mad about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna address it. Not like tonight. I'm not sacrificing sleep
Yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about Draymond Green's bum ass, but I will get to it. I will get to it. Probably maybe Sunday or next weekly. It will be addressed. Definitely will be addressed. I got a lot to say about that, but you know, it's just when it's the time is appropriate. You know what I'm saying, Tone?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
Late night, 1:30 in the morning. Here we go. All right, Spooky Dooky. 624 Al on the Discord. His name's Spooky Dooky.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling in from, man?
Deliza, live and direct from the Intuit Dome.
Okay. Stadium report.
Shout out to KFTV.
Salute.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
I just want to say two things. In person, Towns, he is lost on defense. You got OG pushing him over here, so go over there, and he's not going over there.
Yeah.
He's not going over there. Zubac is getting a quick layup.
Did you
then,
did you see that? I'm like, bro, where are you right now? He was damn near
It was
lined up
terrible.
on the free
I
throw
was like-
line. His man is 3 steps behind him, and for the easy layup, I was beside myself. And that was after, I think, on the other side where he chucked up either a terrible shot.
Yeah, and then it just looked really bad for Towns out there on defense. On offense, I mean, it looked better, but he wasn't really that good. And then I just want to keep it rapid fire because, it's late over there for you guys. For me, I'm just getting home.
Yeah,
But,
you vibing. It's a Friday night for you, man. It's a vibe.
I didn't see any of the rookies on the bench when I was out there. And, Tyler Kolek, I want to see him. Pacoma, I want to see him because we already have enough of a sample size of Campaign and ShamWow.
Yeah,
where
it's time.
I'm tired.
It's
I'm
time.
tired of them too. I called earlier this year. I said I wanted to see them. Everybody was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Let this team gel." But we're gelled and we don't look good. Let the rookies run. Let's see what they got. Let's see what legs they have. Let's see what they can do.
It's time, bro. It's time. I said it was going to be time to put Payne on the bench. Now, look, I gave Shamet a little benefit of the doubt. He looked all right. He looked good in the preseason.
He did look good.
Said, all right,
he did look good at first.
Yeah, you rest up the shoulder. You see what's up. Did Dadier look lost in the early days? He looked lost in summer league. He looked like he needs a lot of work. But at this point, it can't get any worse.
Exactly. So I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Let's see what we do with the rooks out there. Bring back Huck Porty as soon as possible. We definitely need Mitch and Towns out there at the same time. Towns I think he just has too much on his plate when it's playing at the 5 because you have to score, you have to play defense, you have to know where you're at, blah, 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 this is that.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Josh Hart.
Yeah.
He's our GOAT until Brunson returns. And Draymond Green is a weenie.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Enjoy that, man. Shout out to the Left Coast Knicks family, man. We had a lot of people tag us at the Intuit Dome. It's a nice place, though, man. The screen is crazy. Obama got the whole thing kitted out, AI'd out.
The wall.
They said, how about this, Al? They said opposing teams are shooting 74% at the wall, the lowest in the NBA.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Don't give James Dolan any ideas.
I'm about to say. But, yeah, they said they're shooting 74% at the wall, man.
Although I'm impressed that's the percentage. The wall does not look that intimidating.
It looked kind of lame.
Know.
Yeah, it looked kind of lame.
I don't even know. Are you just standing there? I had no idea what the design is, man. It's a little too dark in there for my blood too.
Yeah.
It's it looks like you're entering a crypt.
Yeah. The LED screens, LCD LED screens are crazy though. So yeah, they got a nice look in there. But anyway,
I can't get with the whole Towns has too much on his plate, man. Come on, man. This is a professional basketball player. He was actually he was good in college at defense. That's the crazy thing. He was at Kentucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best thing I ever heard just playing pickup is that guys who like to play offense and are good at offense ain't going to play defense for the most part. And I think he just fits into that category, man. And so I think he has the tools. I think he's more than capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. It's just not what he is focusing in on, man. And it's frustrating, especially on simple stuff of like just, hey, get back and find your man in transition.
Sure. Check Twitter if there's any post game clips we could play. In the meantime, Jay Fade on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
How's it going, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you feeling?
I mean, I'm not too mad at this one, man. Honestly, like I wasn't expecting them to win. I wasn't expecting them to win, but I did want to see some good signs. I wanted to see Mikal Bridges man up, grow some balls, and play.
Right.
You know what I mean? Got to the free throw line 6 times. It's Christmas.
Yeah, man. Watching him it's frustrating. I got to tell you, if he went to the bench and I was Thibodeau, if you take one more fadeaway, I swear to God, you'd be sitting on the bench. Anyway, I got two things. I can't believe that nobody has ever taught Cat a back to the basket game. Like, like we used to watch Randall post up. Yeah, he'd lose the ball and stuff, but Randall was good at that. He was. Yeah. He could, with the best of them in the post right now, he might be one of the better players in the league. Anyway, not that he's better than him, but I can't believe a 7-footer doesn't have a back to the basket game.
Yeah.
Because I think people told him that he was a great shooter, growing up. And I think the problem with his defense is we're going to deal with this, man, with his contract, his knees. I just don't think his knees are great. And one other thing, I think that, what endeared the Knicks fans like me to Thibodeau a couple years ago was he had this hard persona that he doesn't play rookies. He doesn't play whatever. But, Emmanuel Quickly's rookie year, he played 19.4 minutes a game.
Yep.
He averaged almost 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and it made him the player that got that contract right now.
That's right.
And he was the 24th pick in that draft.
Yeah.
And Kolek was the 35th pick in the draft. This guy has got no burn when we don't have a legitimate backup point guard. Just these two guys just chucking shots up and, playing out of their minds. And I mean, I understand, what's his name is pretty good on defense there, but he can't get nothing. I mean, Quickly started, I think, 3 games in his rookie season, and he played 63 games.
Yeah.
And you're talking about guys that were 8 draft picks away from each other, and people have raved about how this guy's skill is with, keeping everybody on term and moving the ball around and doing like that. We had none of that tonight. It's just like every time they moved the ball down the court, it looked like everybody's looking at everybody else to be like, who's going to be the guy who facilitates right here? Like, and you can't give it to Cat, even like maybe you could Randall back in the day, and at least he could back down somebody and score a basket. It's just without a point guard, we're lost right now, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It's hard to know how the coach really feels about, guys like Kolek. He was slow.
And again, in those years, I mean, you're talking about him not starting, but like Obi Toppin got playing time. Quentin Grimes got playing time. There was these rookies that were coming off the bench and getting playing time. And now we got these veterans, and it's just like he's went back to that same coach where it's just he doesn't care. He's going to play the veterans. He's going to stick with them, and the rookies are getting nothing right now.
Yeah. Well, now is the time to rip the Band-Aid off because number one, you got to try to find, you got to try to get some guys some legitimate rest on the bench, even though like Payne and stuff like that's not really helping when it comes to guys like Hart, but even Dadier. Like if Dadier,
Payne's got his good minutes if you play him 7-8 minutes a game and he can hit a couple threes. But he's not like Quickly was or these guys coming off the bench.
He's surprising that in terms of like Tibbs's like trust in him because you can't trust him. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't trust him. So that's what I'm saying. Like is Payne that much of a liability?
Because both of them were playing. Him and Shamet, they played a lot of minutes. So obviously there's trust there, and I don't understand how it was listened.
Yeah. Well, according to Stephen Bondi, man, Kolek will be joining the team on Monday. So they gassed up the jet and said, please
I hope he gets some burn. I really do. I hope he because in the few minutes he's had, he's had. I know it's been mostly garbage time, but he looks good out there.
Yeah.
So I hope that I
Yeah.
hope he can get some minutes.
All right, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, no
man.
problem, bro.
For sure. Call back anytime, man.
Thank you.
138 here on the East Coast. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys, CP and Alex, on the ones and twos. Knicks lose 105-95. Oh, Al, you sent me some Nicholas Batum. Right, here we go. All right, what Batum have to say. Here's Nicholas Batum post-game thoughts. Here we go.
Brian, yes, a win is a win, especially when Nicholas Batum is in the starting lineup. Nico, the defense able to hold this Knicks team below 40% shooting tonight. What did you see on the defensive end of the floor to help this group?
We stick together. We stick together. That was a good team win. Guys came in, did a good job. They missed Bronson for sure. We still had a good game plan, try to slow down Cat a little bit, and the other guys. It was a good win for us.
All right, that's all we need to hear from him. Okay, so that was that. Nicholas Batum, 5 of 7 from downtown, Al. Let's get to the key stats of the night, brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Knicks shooting 38.5% from the field, man, and what got even worse in the second half. 26% from downtown. As I said, they got outscored by 18 from 3. Clippers shooting 42% from the field and 39% from downtown. Knicks shot 16 of 18 from the free throw line, so the wall was not much of an issue. Clippers 16 of 19. Knicks did win the rebounding battle, despite Zubac being out there. That was a lot of them. Josh Hart, 20 boards. But Cat also got a lot of boards himself. They won that by 6, 53-47. They won the assist battle 25-23. 15 Knick turnovers, though, led to 16 Clipper points, but they were able to score 17 points off of let me get Jay Fade out of there. They were able to score 17 points off of 12 Clipper turnovers. Points in the paint, Knicks won that 42-36. And then largest lead of the night, 9 for the Knicks, 11 for the Clippers.
Man.
Yeah.
You always say it's a tale of two halves, CP.
Yeah.
And this is how much of a tale of two halves it was offensively for the New York Knicks. In the first half, they shot 19 of 44, shooting 43% from the field, and they went 6 of 15 from downtown, hitting 40% of their shots. Soon as the second half comes around, CP, they're shooting 34% from the field, 16 of 47 from the field, and they went 3 of 19 from downtown, shooting 16%.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense just dwindled. It was non-existent. And part of that is because you don't have a consistent playmaker out there to open up shots for everybody. So everyone has to go feast or famine for themselves. And that's why you start seeing, when you look at these shooting percentages outside of free throws, that's why they just can't compare. You have James Harden running everything. Even Bogdanovich on the other side, who was getting a little activated in the playmaking too. And we just didn't have that, And so this is truly a physical game. And even though it shows 25-23 on this, stat leaderboard, this is where if you don't watch the game, it could be, certainly can misleading.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, man, the shooting is accurate. I don't think the assist doesn't really dictate how well the Clippers were actually moving that ball around, because Zubac did miss a lot of easy bunnies, when he got entry passes, especially leak outs.
Yeah.
But, the biggest thing, man, just shooting wise and the playmaking for me are the two things that really stood out in this matchup.
Yeah, good observations by you, man. Once again, the key stats of the night brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Pick 'em, watch 'em, and win 'em. As you guys know, man, Underdog Fantasy, the official daily fantasy and pick 'em game of KnicksFanTV. Shout out to CK2K, who represented us on the Underdog Fantasy play-by-play show. JD Sports Talk, who did so last night. And shout out to Alex, who hosts our Underdog Fantasy game previews. But on Underdog Fantasy, man, if you download the Underdog app or use UnderdogFantasy.com and use our code KFTV, you will receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. And on Underdog Fantasy, on the pick'em side, you pick between 2 to 8 players, and all you're going to do is predict whether or not that player is going to go higher or lower on a given stat projection that Underdog Fantasy has for that night. They have a number of stats that you can choose from points to rebounds to assists, points, rebounds, and assists in one stat combinator. They have threes made, first quarter made, so they have a number of stats that you can choose from, a number of combinations. And tonight, Al, after winning last night, I did win some cash last night. I went 2 for 2 for tonight. I did go 2 for, I went 2 for 2 for tonight. I liked my picks for tonight, but a couple just missed. So the picks that I went for, let me just pull them up here. The picks that I went for were, in this game in particular, I went with Deuce McBride with, I'm bugging. I'm bugging. I hit 3 out of 4.
Look at that.
I'm bugging out. I had 3 out of 4.
This is like finding cash in your jacket pocket.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is this accurate? Let me go back to the Towns number, because I didn't think the Towns number was accurate. 23, 30. Oh, I'm bugging. I did. So here's what happened. So I hit 3 out of 4 tonight. I went with Karl Anthony Towns with lower than 35, with lower than 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He finished with 35. Why? Second half of a back-to-back. I don't like how he's moving. I don't like how he's shooting. And I didn't think this was going to be your typical dominant Towns game. So I went on the lower side. Yeah, that's my guy, but I went on the lower side. So I hit on that. I also went with the Joker, Al, higher than 23.5 rebounds and assists. Nuggets taking on the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are just an absolute dumpster fire right now. And I went with the Joker, man. The Joker stat line tonight was like 31, 22, and 21. It was crazy. So either way, I hit on that one quite easily. And he finished with 27 rebounds and assists. And then, Al, I kept the Knicks here. I went with our guy. The last caller, Jay Fade, talked about Emmanuel Quickly. I went with Quick tonight for Toronto playing the Utah Jazz. I went with Quickly higher than 20.5 points. No RJ, no Grady Dick. The Toronto Raptors decimated by injuries. This was Quickly's time. He finished with 23. So I did hit that. The one that I didn't get, and Deuce always misses the number just by a little bit. I just figured, like, whether he was going to get the start or not, I went higher than 9.5 points for Deuce. I went higher than 9.5 points for Deuce, man. I thought that was a good look. He finished with 7. So that was a little disappointing, man. I was a little bit disappointed with Deuce there. But it is what it is, man. So overall, I went 3 or 4. 3 or 4 tonight on my Underdog, man. I'm not mad at it.
And you chose the insured route, I hope.
No.
Oh, man.
No. I did not. So I went with the standard play. So on Underdog, you can go standard, which you got to hit all of your picks. So I went standard play, put $20 in for a chance to win, like, I think it was like $130. Or you can go with flex pay. Now, if I would have went with flex, I would have won a little bit of cash. I probably would have won like $30 for the 3 out of 4. And if I would have hit all 4, I would have won like, I think it was like $80. But I went standard. I went standard tonight, and I hit the 3 out of 4. So I didn't get any cash tonight for the $20. But that's how it is on Underdog, man. So play to win, play responsibly. Once again, use the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use our code KFTV for up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. Okay. All right, Al. We're getting into it now. Let's get to it. A couple more calls before we wrap. Rapid fire. Let's start with Sayquizzy. Sayquizzy, go ahead. How you feeling? Yeah, loud and clear. How you feeling?
Rough L, but I seen it coming. But
yeah,
they need to call Kolik, Daddy. They need to call the whole G League from the Knicks because we need help.
Yes.
Because Shamet and Payne ain't doing enough. Because we need to play them anyway. Because we ain't doing no more trades. Brunson ain't coming back until 2 or 3 weeks, whenever he comes back. So
yeah,
they need to play. And we see in that second half why Brunson is the cap, because we couldn't create no offense. It was bad. Like, everybody looked at loss. We was like, who's coming for the ball? They were just running around, turning it over. Like, Josh tried his best. Like, I thought Bridges had a good game too. Like, he got to the free throw line 3 times. I was like, I think that's the most all season.
Six free throw attempts for Bridges tonight.
That's the most I've seen the whole season. I was like, okay, we need to use that when Brunson come back. We better not go away from that when Brunson come back.
Well, that's what I think people are hoping for. I had a lot of people from between last night's show, Al and Sayquizzy, to today. People text me like, "Yo, this could be a blessing in disguise. This could be a blessing in disguise that this team could take away some things. Could be learning lessons for this team."
Yeah, I'm praying they keep that. We don't need the Miami Brunson series where every time he sit down, we can't score.
Right.
So Bridges today, he did good. And the cat, man, can't back down a cone. He got James Harden on him, getting ripped and then screaming, "Oh my gosh!" And it wasn't even a foul. Yeah. They showed the replay. James Harden hit all ball, and he's yelling for a call, and then down the court, Zubac's out here scoring.
Yeah.
He got to be better. And then in the second half, I think the fourth quarter, he came back in the game, and we don't need those. He did 2 threes back to back. A step back and just half court. I'm like, what is you doing?
Yeah.
We don't need that at this moment. I think at that moment, it was like a 5-point game. But hopefully we could bounce back next game, but it's going to be a struggle for these next games. Nothing's going to be easy. Even with the bad teams, they're going to have to work.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. Stay up, Sayquizzy, man. Enjoy the weekend, man.
See y'all.
All right, man. Sayquizzy on the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. He's disappointed, man.
Sounds like everyone's looking at that number 32, almost transitioning to number 30, almost. You don't need that.
Yeah, I think Julius is sleeping good tonight.
They're winning out in Minnesota. He's happy. It's okay.
Julius is sleeping good tonight, Al.
Hey, man.
Damn.
But the thing is and I talked to Law about that too yesterday, where he's James Harden, because of his, because he is a strong player, he could do what Drew Holiday does and take on some of those bigger assignments. And like Drew Holiday, James Harden is more than comfortable being able to get under tall players and preventing them from getting to their spots. And this is just something that, we see. But, I saw the whole thing where, and I can't remember where I saw it. I'm sorry, I can't give the appropriate credit to where it's due, but I saw somewhere where Town said, he is playing through pain in his knee and he wants to play. What do you make of that? That he's playing through the pain? You just consider it admirable? How do you look at that?
Yeah, it is, and I'm sure he is. And with any type of tendonitis, if it's as chronic as his is, then it can't be a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? He has to be in pretty bad shape. He's moving like he's in bad shape. So, however, when you're out there, that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah. No, it's true. I said the same thing for when Julius had, the ankle issues in the postseason. If you're out there and capable of playing, you got to figure it out and adapt, man. And look, dribbling behind the back and then starting to drive is not your game. You're not a guard. That's where I'm like, this is where it gets too much.
Yeah.
All right. I don't need to see you start doing tweens and saying, all right, man, this is my time to shine. No. Let the guards, control the rock. If you're going to drive, make a simple decision, man. We don't need to see all this fancy nonsense. You trying to get into a bag at the center position, man. It does not work out well for anybody. We don't even ask that from Mitchell Robinson, and we've seen that guy practice that thing more times in the gym than anybody else.
Yeah. 100%.
No need for that.
Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. $10 super chat says reps. Lord have mercy. These are pro basketball players, 40 and 23. We can do 7 and 9 to go 50 and 32. Tyler, the creator, will help with the reps. Wasn't a blowout. This is why teams player manage. We pros. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Yeah, hopefully Tyler can come through and help. Definitely need his help, man. And I think they'll be all right with the rest of the way. David Cannon, franchise channel member, $10 super chat. So shout out to KFTV, became a member tonight. Everybody welcomes David Cannon to the franchise channel members. He says, appreciate CP and the entire KFTV team and fan for all that you do. The Knicks will bounce back. David, we appreciate you, man. Make sure that you are joining the Discord and also check in the community section for franchise channel members, scroll down for the instructions on how to connect your YouTube account to the Discord. Within Discord, you can basically connect your YouTube account. I still got to do that tutorial for the people. We'll do that at some point soon, man. John Fadian, welcome back to the franchise channel members as well. John Fadian, appreciate the support. Also, Lefty the Heart joined the franchise channel members as well. So, Lefty, we appreciate your support. Okay. We're going to hear from 2 more franchise channel members and then wrap up. Anthony, go ahead and unmute your mic. Anthony.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yo, fellas, what's going on, guys?
Good, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. Yeah, I'm a little, not as worked up as I was last night, man.
Yeah.
I was feeling it last night, man.
Yeah. Everybody, man.
Yeah, but the inability to make shots, man, was just tough tonight. I mean, 38% from the field, 27% from 3 was just, pretty brutal. Winning that, we won the rebounding battle. 53-47?
53-47.
More offensive, right. More offensive rebounds, more assists. It's just the timing of their offensive rebounds. Those 2 Bogdanovich putbacks were, 2 of the biggest buckets of the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. The timing was just bad, but maybe it's just indicative of just the team just not having the legs and just being mentally, physically tired.
Absolutely, man. That just killed momentum. I thought Mikal played pretty well tonight, man. I mean, I was on him last night, but I still need more aggression from him, though.
Yeah.
When he plays with confidence and doesn't think the game so much, he's so effective getting to that mid range off those pick and rolls, where he makes his mark. He could hit those mid range jump shots, consistently when he's not thinking so much. Cat, man, 2 points in the 4th quarter is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
I need you to be aggressive, bro. Get into the post. Put pressure on the defense. They converge on you anyway. It defeats the purpose when you're posting up 30 feet from the basket.
Right.
And then they converge on you and you end up losing the ball, or the ball goes over his leg, or there's so many different things that happen when Cat posts up from 30 feet from the basket. Get into the paint, man. And ultimately it will create better looks for us from the perimeter. We just didn't have many good looks tonight. Deuce needs to be better. I mean, Deuce is he's in a tough stretch right now, but I think one thing that kills Deuce, for me at least, and tell me if you guys agree, Deuce can't finish at the rim.
No. He's a limited player. If Deuce's shot isn't working, look, defensively, you're going to need him to be strong and consistent, but if his shot's not working, he's not helping you.
No doubt. And lastly, man, Josh, man, it's frustrating with his unwillingness to shoot, with belief and conviction, man. It's he shoots 38% from 3, I believe. But it's when he's not thinking so much. I'm sure you guys see the tentativeness.
Sure.
It drives me nuts when he's at the top of the key as the primary ball handler, and his defender is damn near at the foul line.
Yeah, it kills the offense, man.
It kills the offense. But yeah, man, his effort and the level that he competes at is admirable.
When everybody talks about the grit is missing, he still has it. Like he's the only one with the intangibles, and that's why it's hard for me to see him even leaving the starting lineup, man. To be honest,
no doubt. I'm with you on that,
It's a tricky spot. As he kills the offense, but he gives you everything else. He gave you 20 boards tonight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's ironically, he's our heart. He's the heart of our team, bro. His effort, but that's all I got for you guys, man. All in all, I think we'll be fine. Let's see Tyler Kolek. I think it's time to. I've seen enough of the Shamet and Payne experiment.
Yeah.
I think Kolek has a feel for the game. He's young. Let him get in there. Let him make his mistakes. Let him learn. Let the game slow down for him little by little, and you'll see what he truly can do. Guys, I appreciate you guys, man. And I'll definitely be calling in, man. Second time caller tonight.
Yeah, man. Salute to you, Anthony, man. Call back anytime, man. It's franchise channel
Absolutely.
member. Yeah, man.
Absolutely, fellas. You guys be good, man. God bless you guys.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man.
You know it, brother.
I thought that was a 5-star call, man. He had hit all the points. I think that's a 5, man. I rate that one a 5. Shout out to Anthony, man.
I agree with that, man. That was a 5-star call. And look, I like this. The overall thing, it's game one without Brunson, and it's the mentality of a player when you know that, like I said earlier in the show, when Brunson's missing one game, he could potentially be back for the next one. That's a different mindset. It's like, all right, we'll get through this game. Don't gotta worry. When he's gonna be missing time, that's more weight on the shoulders of the player saying, all right, how are we going to adapt? How are we going to prepare on a night-to-night basis to compete when we don't have our closer, Captain Clutch, there to lead us through when we need him the most, right? This is the guy that we're talking about. 39-10 against Luka and LeBron last night. All right? There's a reason why Brunson is up there now as one of the best players in the league, because he's going against some of the top opponents out there and still getting his. And so for Bridges, like the aggression, I think it's a good step, for him, as Anthony said, getting his confidence. And look, we always see this when especially when Cat misses time, he's able to go get his points. What was it? Underdog posted that thing saying that since February 4th, there was only one game where Bridges had over, I think, 15 points. That one game was against Philly, and who was missing in that game? Karl-Anthony Towns. So we're not going to have Brunson, so I'm expecting Bridges to stay aggressive and to see his usage jump up. But it's for everybody else to get more comfortable, man, and certainly need a better player. Hopefully Cole can, fill that role as just a playmaker, but using McBride when that's not really his role, it's just tough, man. It's tough.
It is. I was the previous caller Anthony was talking about Towns, and he missed a ton of bunnies too, man. He missed this might be 8 shots within the restricted area. That was a little tough, man. Well, it was a little bit tough. All right, man, we'll wrap up the show with Marley, 11:05. Marley, let's go rapid fire. Close out the show.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you, man?
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep this simple, short and simple. But as of right now, I'm just kind of thinking about what's moving forward towards the postseason. Because I feel like now we're at the stretch of the season where it's there's not that much room of figuring out. We gotta kind of figure it out now. And I don't know. I'm trying to think. Right now we're in the third seed, so if playoffs were to start today, we'll be playing Detroit, which I feel like that's a team we should, even though Detroit are playing amazing, but that's a team we should be in a 7-game series. But then, we'd have to run into Boston the second round, which is right now I feel like we're not. I don't know. I feel like we're just not really at that point, where everyone because we need we all know we need Mikal to step up. We need Cat to make better decisions, because there's only so much Brunson could do for us. Brunson's gonna get his regardless, but I don't want it to be last year when we depended so hard on him to the point where he started slowly breaking down throughout the postseason. So I feel like everyone's gonna need to really step up. There's a small part of me that's all right, what if let's say we were to drop to the 4th seed, and then let's say we play
Yeah, I mean,
Indiana.
I would say, without running through all the permutations, I would say let's just beat Sacramento on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Let's beat Sacramento on Monday and then start from there. We got 2 days off. We're gonna take a break. This past back-to-back was a little bit tough. We'll just take it. We'll just take a break. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday night. We'll let the people get to the weekend. Let's just worry about Saturday And then, we don't got to break down all the playoff permutations. Let's just get to Saturday, win the game, and then we get to talk about Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can. At the end of the day, hopefully we can just get it together. Honestly.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's what we all hoping for, man. But keep the faith, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, man. Call back anytime, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, man.
You weren't ready for the dissertation on all the options.
Yo, it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, man. We ain't got time for all that, man. We just did back-to-back late nights. We got a wrap, man. We did an hour. I was trying to do a half hour. We went into overtime. But call back anytime, man. People know we got love for that, man. I'm tired as hell right now. My eyes are bleeding. You know what I'm saying? I got this banana bread over here I'm trying to get to. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wifey made some banana bread. I'm about to bust that.
Okay. Let's go.
Right now. Yeah, 100%, man.
Chocolate chip or no chocolate chip?
No. No chocolate chip. No chocolate chip. But it is fantastic, though. It is.
Hey,
so, yeah, I'm about to dig into that and get my mind right, relax for 2 days. We'll probably do weekly on Sunday, react to a couple of things. We got to do worst take on the, on the clown situation. So, yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, salute to you guys, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Salute to the replay gang. And remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Al, great show, man. We out of here, man. Peace.